Hi, everybody. Let's see, anybody awake? Still awake? Not awake yet? Whatever. Yeah, I'd say, okay. Okay, looks like the TikTok's inviting people. Oh, there's some chat people. Good. I'm going to put a list in the chat of the things that I'd like to talk about. If I get to them, sometimes I get sidetracked and don't cover all the options. So I'm going to put that here, and I'll try to put it in. Might as well put it in only in the YouTube chat. I mean, in the Let's Go Help chat, but also in the YouTube chat. Okay, there's the items here. And let me see if I get into the live part. Oh, that's the wrong one. Live here. No, that's. I got to switch my account. On account of what? Account of 5. That's what I got to switch my account. Okay, there it is. Okay, so sometimes I forget to do this on YouTube. So I'm going to put all the links here um, that I hope to cover. And don't forget, if you're not a member, you can join at letsgohelp.com. Okay. Okay, that's there. I'm going to sneeze, guys. I'm sorry. I just came back from exercise, starting to exercise again. Laid off for a few days. Actually, the gym was closed, but no, I had to walk. The few days I didn't go to the gym, I walked 7-8 miles, and you saw me doing some of the videos down at the mall. I sort of like doing that. It's fun to be out with the people in the mall. And let me go over, if y'all don't have a question yet. Hi, everybody. I'm going to go over some items that I just put in there on YouTube. And, oh, Colleen, how are you? Are we going to rope you into being a navigator soon? Okay, here. I just read an article today where FEMA, to get help from FEMA. FEMA's giving out so much help now because we got so many disasters. And when you have a disaster in town, they call up the White House, and the White House, the government has money set aside to help the states with the disasters. Okay, today, the White House gave 13 counties in Kentucky money for a disaster. And see, when they give money to a disaster, that means every individual that's affected get up to $43,000 of help. And this is the flooding that's going on in Kentucky. And so they got it. But the other thing was that there's the state of Washington also had a bunch of things. And the White House said, no, we're not going to give you disaster relief. And I was reading the article there, and the people in Washington said, this is the same thing. This is what you've asked for. They covered all the bases and did it like they've always done it before. They never been turned down. So now it looks like the White House is turning down people who are applying for disaster aid. When people lose their houses, and I'm really a big fan of that because I help my family a lot. We lost our house, our business, and everything back in the 70s. That's where I learned about government. They put not trailers, places to live on the golf course, vans, yeah. You know what I mean? And help the business get back on its feet and everything. I mean, just a wonderful thing. I had no idea that the government did some of that, but I guess that could be political too. But the other thing, when there's a disaster, so if you get turned down, you have other places. See, that's the thing to realize is that if you get turned down, I have some good news. I got approved for my high tunnel. I just ordered it today. I get $20,000 to spend, but only have to spend half of it. The rest I can do whatever I want. The one we ordered cost 12,000, and it was all the bells and whistles. Wait a minute, you got approved for my high tunnel. I just ordered it today. What's a high tunnel, Colleen? I get. So who gave you the money to to get the high tunnel, whatever that is? The one we ordered cost $12,000, has all the bells and whistles. Wow. I only have to spend half of it, and the rest I can do whatever. What's the high tunnel money, Colleen? It's a greenhouse I got from USDA. So the USDA give you $20,000 to build a greenhouse? Is that what you got? Oh, I see. It's those things. Uh, let's see what Colleen got here. Colleen, remember, Let's Go Help. So those on YouTube, I'm talking to Colleen. There's a member on Let's Go Help. She's sharing how she just got $20,000 for a high tunnel. Hello, Mr. Let's Go, and to each and everyone. Okay, Colleen. Yes. So you got, so the USDA, that's Rural Development people, that gave you $20,000 for a greenhouse kind of thing, right? And you spent $12,000 that, and then the rest to spend on doing the house. Wow. What program was that? Can you tell us, Colleen? I request help due to hardship. My electricity about to be turned off. Uh, Let me help Maureen right here. Maureen, uh, go here. Go findhelp.org, put in your zip code, uh, and then put in utilities. Do that right now while we're talking, while I talk to Colleen, okay? Colleen, okay, let me see. Okay, NC, okay, tell me that what that is. NRCS, National Resources. What do you think it is? NRCS. Uh, yeah, you don't keep, Maureen, you just keep calling more people. Don't wait for people to call you back. Put that, but go ahead, keep going forward. I'm going to say I tried to do, but it doesn't help in California. Well, I don't know what you mean by it doesn't help in California. What do you need help for? Uh, but Colleen, I want to, what is NRCS? Uh, NRCS. See if I could get some. What could that be? Okay, I guess I gotta do Google. Uh, okay. Oh, Natural Resources Conservation Service. Ooh, okay, got that. Do you know the name of the program that you applied to? Uh, a high tunnel initiative. Okay, gotcha. High tunnel. Oh, God. Okay, USDA. Oh, well, you're wonderful, Carlene. Will you share your kindness with us whenever you feel comfortable doing that? Uh, okay, let's go back and help. Uh, okay, that's Colleen. And let's say, okay, utilities, same situation we're trying to find out. Okay, Lucic, what are you trying to find? God, tell me what you need help with. Because, if you go to find help, every city has at least 4,000 organizations. So they all don't work. Is that what you said? Mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Let us help you try to zero in on how to do that. Okay. Lucy, come on, we got to work on you. Let me help you. See, I want to know how many people I can help today. They were wonderful. See, oh, come on, Colleen, that's wonderful. Um, oh, wonderful. Um, and so, what are you going to grow there, Colleen? Okay, Maureen. Also, what is zip code are you in, Maureen? Maureen, what zip code are you in? Maureen, okay, you're in zip code 91602. And what do you need help with? Is it utilities? Was that you with utilities? Okay, utilities. Okay, I think that's what it was. Let me make sure. Okay, Maureen, Colleen, Maureen, uh, Colleen, what happened? Jojo, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go now and look in that zip code on Find Help. Findhelp.org. Put in your zip code, which is 91602. Yeah, because when you go there now, I put in the word utilities. Okay, now Maureen, see, that's why when you say that it doesn't work, well, when I put in your zip code, I went to findhelp.org. That's North Hollywood. I can't pay utilities, so I put in utilities. And what it shows me is 206 organizations that help you with utility bills. So you got lots of work to do to find somebody. You can't just call one person. I found the grant I got for the greenhouse with Find Help. Wow. Wow. Uh, okay. So let's finish with a utility, Marine. Okay. See that link there? Go there. Now, what it takes, you can't just call one or two organizations, and if they say they don't have money, no, if it was easy, okay, but you have to really dig. I mean, that's a problem I think we have in marketing in this country, is we try to convince people they could solve their problems easily. And you can't really. I mean, maybe you get lucky, but don't count on that, because then you stop. but there's so many more places that you could go that you don't have to stop. Okay, Rashadu Patterson. Okay, if you go as a member, you could go on the left-hand side over there of our uh, website that you're on, and you'll see Unlock My Goals. Okay, when you go to Unlock My Goals, there's an item there called Start a Business. You go there, and you'll see a step-by-step who to contact. Uh, She should reapply, and she did. Wow, Colleen, you got wonderful. Wow. Oh, Colleen, I love to use your enthusiasm to help other people, but I understand. Don't worry, I'll still love you. It's so nice that you share this, but if you could brighten other people's day. I mean, that's, let's see, now I lost where I am. Uh, Oh God, Colleen, that's you're see, I mean, if only other people realize that. I mean, just think of how many people don't have to struggle and could solve problems and get ahead in life and realize that there's people and organizations that really want to help you. And we're not all a country of assholes. We got some around, but it's not all that. Uh, you are pure joy, Colleen. Thank you for sharing that with other people and concerned plan for God. Okay, Lynn, yeah, Misty, maybe give you the report we have on car repair. And let's see, I think you gave me a website. Okay, 2929016. Lynn Car. Okay. So if you go findhelp.org, then put it 29016. Okay, and put car. Okay, there's 39 organizations that either help you with a free car or car repair in your zip code. I would start there. And then if Misty, I think maybe just gave you, is that the car repair, Misty? Oh, yeah, okay. And Misty sent you our report on car repair. So that's more to contact. But I'd contact the ones that I just put in now for car repair in your zip code. Car repair for 29016. Okay. Okay. Car repair for 29016 above. Okay. And okay, Misty. Okay. Misty helped you with the startup business, the step-by-step guide. Colleen. See, Colleen, just the words, just the words. You just said something that had in your head, you didn't even do it. See how powerful that is. I mean, it just, I just can't think of any other reason why we're here. If we could do that, uh, there are many buttheads in this world. That's for sure. uh, oh my God, Connie, that's just okay. There was somebody else up here. Magic Mary received my email. Hit her up again, Wayne. We're all busy. What do you need? Do we owe you money or something? Uh, uh, Lynn. Okay. God, okay. Oh, okay, you did. I never play. Oh, no. That's a dead. Okay, Lynn. Okay, you got to keep digging there. I found the gun. I got the greenhouse. Wow. Let's see. Okay. Utilities. Okay, who else? Who else needs help? How about members? How do we have members, huh? Wow. Uh, Colleen, would you mind doing a Zoom call and we could get your story? Because it's a great lesson and story. How come nobody wants to help me? Well, guess I haven't called enough. Um, or you have to change get help on what you're doing wrong. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful, Colleen. Um, okay. Okay. Misty, this is the last web. This last web is saying no more applications available. Well, Lucis, I mean, let's see, what did I send you? Well, then you have to go to another one. I mean, I forget what you're trying to get. See, I help somebody. Okay, because if you're in Find Help, there's more than one organization to solve that. Now, uh, uh, Lynn, what did you want, Lynn? Oh, is that for the car, Lynn? Okay, we'll go down the list. If there's more on the list, you have to keep going down the list. For home repair, starting a business in New York. Okay, Marlon. Again, we have, if you go to unlock my goals on the left-hand side on the table of contents, and we have something there for starting a business, and that will take you through the step by step. But if for home repair, and this is New York City, give me your zip code there, Sharon. Or no, Marlon. What's your zip code in New York City? Okay, so 11210. Okay, 11210. Repair. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, uh, I'm sorry. I looked on for home repair and I only found, I looked on for home repair and I put the list here. Okay, you'll see the list here, but you only have 320 programs in your zip code. That's how many home repair programs are in your zip code. 320. You hear that? 320. I mean, it's just a cornucopia and incredible, the stuff that's out there. Um, ah, um, I live in Washington, but invest in real estate in Florida. Should I request funding in Florida? Yes, or Washington. No, it has to be where the property is. Yeah. So you want to know where the property is. So uh, look on if on the left-hand side for unlock your goals, okay, we have one on buying a home, okay, and even for real estate investment, the same sources. So follow that. You could follow the same sources because it shows you for any state, any county. That's where you go. And again, you got to call people too. You don't expect to do. So first call people so you understand what's out there. There'll be about 10 organizations locally that are nonprofit to help you. Another thing we want to do, another good way to do it, particularly if you're an investor, is go to this website. It's meetup.com. Put in the zip code, in Florida, wherever you maybe want to be, put in your zip code, and you'll find organizations that help real estate. These are free. These are clubs. These are individuals that set up groups to help each other invest in real estate. So that's a good place to get a good idea on what's going on there. So that's meetup.com. Put in your zip code and then put up real estate, and you'll see organizations that are there that don't charge money to share information about buying and selling real estate. That make sense? I hope it makes dollars too. Okay. Charlotte, how are you? Joey, thank you, Joey. Yeah, thank you. Okay, well, okay, let's see what we have on YouTube. By the way, thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. Oh, that's nice. Awesome to see you. I'm putting in some stuff. I want to go quickly. I don't have any new messages. Hello, everyone. Nope. Consider coming to our classes. Yes. Okay, here are 5 or 6 items. I started telling you about FEMA. Okay, and so don't forget, for emergency assistance, you could go to, if FEMA doesn't have money, and like say, sometimes it looks like this White House isn't giving money for every disaster. I don't know why. Maybe because the White House is a disaster. They need the money there. I don't know. It's a bad joke, but I got lots of them. But if you go to find help and you put in emergency assistance for your zip code, there's 554 organizations there. Okay. This is an interesting piece of data because they're talking about cutting out food stamps or cutting that down. And 50% of the people who receive food stamps now have jobs. So they just don't make enough money to buy food. So, I mean, the food stamps, what people worry about is that people are going to be lazy, and just collect money from the government instead of getting a job. Well, half the people who do that, and I don't know what the other half are, but they could be, seniors and kids and people with disabilities who can't do that. So and people don't. I think that's the problem with our country, is that we don't have wages aren't high enough. It's not, people are working, they just don't make any money, and so they have to have extra money to buy food. I mean, I think that we're rich enough to do that. But here's a website. Maybe you heard me talk about it before. It's called singlemotherguide.com. Single, S-I-N-G-L-E, motherguide.com. And that has a listing of not only SNAP, the food program, but all the other basic food programs, okay? And there's about half a dozen to a dozen in every state. But that has a complete listing of every state of how to apply to the basic programs. Yeah, Misty got it there for you. So it's singlemotherguide.com. And then actually what I did, if you put food in, if you go to findhelp.com and put food, at least in my zip code, there's 297 organizations in my zip code that help people with food. That's why I see some headlines now. Some of the food pantries and stuff like that aren't getting the money they used to get that. Well, you have to dig harder. And that's why, and that's what's so great about Find Help. There's almost 300 organizations giving out food in one zip code. So if one says no, it's just like getting a job. If there were 300 people hiring today, but you went to one and they said, oh no, you can't work here. You don't go home and wait for them to change their mind. You go to the next one. The same thing in getting help, this kind of help. Is there income limit? Every program has different limits. So you have to go and check. But for these programs, yes, but like 80% of the programs in general don't have any limits. So it's, even though maybe the basic income programs have a limit, like I just talked about, how to get money for utility bills. I was doing something today on it, and there's a program, you get about $40,000 to fix up your house, to weatherize it so you get lower utility bills. No income required at all. And who gets that? The rich people are getting like 90% of the money because the other people don't apply. So don't worry about what the income requirement is. You call one person. If you don't fit that income requirement, you call another one. I'm sorry to bother you. I was just checking to see if Magic Mary received my email. I just said in detail that I need help with, and no one about. Oh, it's not about owning. Well, I don't know. What do you need help with, Dwayne? Because Wendy, Mary handles mostly money stuff. But if it's research to get help and money to do something, it's here. This is where the researchers are. This is where I am. And this is where we help each other find programs. What are you looking for, Wayne? What do you need help? Please, any grant for California? Yes, Sunday. That's a great name. Okay, if you go to the, tell me if this is right, Misty. I can't find some of this stuff now. Everybody changed it. You go to the table of contents on the left and look for the state grants. And the state grants are by region. So go to your region and you'll see 500 grants for California. So that's a good place to start. If you're wondering about what's available in California, do I have that right, Misty? Did I say that? Let's see, maybe take a look to make sure I'm saying that correctly. Hey, correctly. Okay, let's go help two. Okay, on the left-hand side, live meeting, live grants, U.S. regions hubs. You see the hubs? It's not the way I think, but I'm not the only one. Mountain region. Okay, so you go down there, you go to see West region. You're in the West region, and all the states are there. So the Pacific region. Okay, so California. There you are. California, here I come. Okay, it's that. Misty, do you know if there is a? Okay, she's got look at the West region. Good. Is there a super list of all the state by state listing, and also where is the meta grant report? I'm not sure where that is either. Anyway, okay, so you see it's California. We answered that one. Do you apply for money to get out of debt? Yes, Christiana. Yes, but the first thing you do is you go to our unlock your goals. The thing on the left-hand side that is unlock your goals, and you go there and you see the one for bills and debt, and you click on that link, and it'll show you who to call where you live to get free financial counseling to help you get out of debt. Remember, at Let's Go Help, we never give you websites that ask for money. We only give you websites that give you money. Okay, so that's it. You want to spend money doing stuff, you go to Google. Okay, Missy, I could send the email to you if you can. Okay, government already coming for starting May 1 straight jobs, hard to come by. Considering I've been unemployed since last November, I received one check from UAA in March, and my payments have been pending going on 2 months now. out of money I received was able to pay. Well, if you have a problem with you're not getting your unemployment money or whatever, any money that they owe you, you have to call them and bitch. Okay, but you probably called them. But what you want to do is call your elected official. Somebody took all my cheat sheets there. Misty comes in, and I don't see her at night, and she takes my cheat sheets away. And then I don't have them. You want to call? Stay here. Call this number. Okay, who is it? Out of money. Okay, Vanessa. Okay, you want to call this number? Who? 202 224 3121. Okay. Call there, and you have three places to call. One is your congressman. See, that's the switchboard on Capitol Hill. You can call your congressman. You can ask for a congressman to ask you for your address, and you'll get your congressman's office. And then you have two senators. I would call all three. You have nothing to lose in the same price. Uh, okay. And what else? Okay, for a job. Okay. For help getting a job. Who is this? Okay. Food stamps. Okay. And remember, if you need more food and you can't, again, for food stamp, go into find help, put in your zip code and find other places for screw. Okay. Uh, okay. So let's see. Okay. And then after for a job, make an appointment here. So this will help me. Yeah. Anywhere in Michigan. Yes. Anywhere in the United States. Okay. And for jobs, you start by going to find, you career. I don't know how to spell. Career. Oh, God damn. What happened? Getting old is pretty cool, but there's some parts that are bad. You're not as sharp. And it doesn't matter for most things. Oh, God. AREER, one stop that, or maybe that. Yeah. Okay. Career one stop, CAREER, one stop. Make an appointment. You put in your zip code again and you make an appointment, to a counselor to help you get a job and also help you get free training to get a better job. So to get skills, you can take a few months of skills that could be paid for. It's different in every city. So to help you do that. Now the training, the other place you should go is look in your zip code and go to find help, findhelp.org, put in your zip codes and then put in job training. And you could see 300 organizations that give free career job training. I mean, there's so much money in help in that side of the equation because people need better jobs. They need higher wages because we have more poor people in America than any other developed country. I mean, that to me is a mortal sin, it seems. That's what the nuns told me. Anyway, I don't have any way to verify that except Sister Mary Louise. And Uh, it is there. Okay, now where is that? No, I was what's the stimulus today? Son of a praise one. Ah, here we go. See, Misty put it over here again. Damn. Okay, 50% of the people who receive food have jobs. Uh, wait time. Okay, phones are getting like there's a study came out in Florida. Call the people in Florida in the government like for help with Medicaid. And by the way, Medicaid now is allowing people to use Medicaid money to pay rent and to pay for food because it cuts down on hospitals. You get less people going to emergency room if they have a place to live. So they cut down on the hospital. The data shows 5%. Where do I get to find New York State mini? Okay, it's where the other states are. We have some, what, see, all these names, I don't know, regional something. Uh, Let me look over there again, see what it is. Okay, U.S. regional hubs. Boy. Okay, I guess it may mean something to somebody. That's it. I mean, everybody's not in my mind, in my brain. So, whatever your state, and what region are you in? East, Midwest, South, or West? You go there and you'll get a listing of all the programs in your state. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Matt and Missy. I'm going to check these out. Great, Vanessa. Where do I find New York State mini grant? Okay, Marion, do you have that? Okay, Misty's taking over there. Good. Thanks, man, Missy. Okay. Oh, I was telling you about the reports come out how yeah, that Medicaid now in some states are paying for grants for rent grants, and also food grants. Okay, because if you don't have healthy food, don't have a place to live, you're gonna be sick and go to the emergency room. So they're cutting down on emergency rooms. They said by doing that, it cut down the rooms like 45% on the amount of money that was spent on the hospital because they had a place to live. But one of the problems with finding out about those programs is you got to call the state office, and the data showing now that people are waiting on hold in Florida for on 42 minutes to get a hold of somebody to talk to about these things. And also, they have a 44% drop off. With people waiting home, it's a half hour, screw it, I'm not going to wait. So these are the things that happen. Here's the first wait. 4 worst states is Florida, New Mexico, Nevada, and Tennessee. They have the longest hold times. Okay. But also, if you're looking for rent, again, you could go to findhelp.org, and you go to findhelp.org and put in rent for your zip code. And like I say, for where I live, there's 81 programs for help paying rent. Now, if you're in a state, you're trying to call the government and to find out about a program, and you have to wait too long or they screw up, complain. You have to complain because that's the only way it changes. If you don't complain, it's not going to change. Okay, and so you have to complain, and the one you complain to are your elected officials. They could change the system, and they could get help for you like nobody else can. And so if you're banging on them, because see, you vote for them. So if they do you a little favor, then you'll vote for them forever. In other words, if you call up, can't get something, a grant or whatever, and they get the grant for you, you'll vote for the person for the rest of your life, right? So they know that. That's why they have uh, uh, they have special people on their staff. All they do is help use the government better. For the, oh, you and I have to call them. That's what they choose. Down. And I would go, Chanelli, org, okay, and put in just housing. homeless, yes, they'll be organized. But if there's nothing there help for you, then you put in housing. Okay. Patient and good. And you have to be prepared to talk to like a half a dozen to a dozen people. You and I or nobody else that's human could probably figure out what's the best place to call for you. So be prepared that you're going to get, I may call it the runaround. It's so kind of, the government's so big and complicated. There's no one easy way to do all this. Yeah. And so it is, you have to bang on this to do it. Let's see. I'm going to find, I got a lot of organizations and to know about. So we're looking for rent and utilities. Well, for California, yes, there's a lot. You have to go through that list. If you have an easier way, you could go to Google and put in rent help in California, and you'll get 200 million websites. See, so even if you have 100 for California on West, you have to really call them all, and you have to talk to people. You talk to people and tell them what you're trying to do, because they're more likely to know where help like that is for you than we will, than anybody else. Because they're in the business of helping people pay rent or pay utility bills. So you get them on the phone, as many of them as you can, and ask them, and you're going to get a lot of no's. It's like looking for a job or anything else. You can't just, push one button and the money's going to fall out. No, it takes digging, but they're there. You have a lot of opportunities. I mean, if you have 100, right, yeah, that's a problem. But yes, but that gives you 100 possibilities. If you have only one possibility and they don't have it, then you're shit out of luck very quickly. And that's what's important. That you have to learn how to use the system. Okay, and it's not the way we like it to be. And it's too late to change that. So you got to use it like it is. If you have another way to get money, then do it. But I think this is, unless you have money, this is has the most potential for getting money than anything else that I could think of, unless maybe just a mask and a gun and a local 7-Eleven is another way. But if you don't have that money in your pocket or a friend that's going to give you that, because nobody in Google will, because they want to sell you money, and you have to have money to deal there. So these are the places. But see, this is a big part of our society that people don't take advantage of, and because it's something you have to learn how to do, because it's not easy, because it's not run like capitalism. This is the community part. But 40% of everything in our country is people giving away money. 40% of everything in our country are people giving away money. So you have to learn how to use that, particularly if you don't have money. You don't have to learn how to use it if you have money, because you have a source to do it. And it's probably easier. But if you don't, you're relegated to this. And you don't have to use it. Nobody's going to yell at you if you're don't use it. But if you don't, I feel you probably yell at other people because you're pissed off and can't get help. And all we can do, we can't guarantee you get the money, but is know that these are real programs, give out real money, and you have to see if you make a match. In other words, it's sort of like dating. People have to get together, see if it's good for each other, not just, hey, yeah, this guy's looking for this girl's looking for this, but there's a lot of magic that happens. So you have to work with that, and it makes that means you getting on the phone, going belly to belly, not just emailing or whatever. The more you could use the phone, then the more people will talk to you and relate to you as a human being. People, we want to help people, humans. And so the more humanity you could show other people, the more they want to help you. And then you want to stretch their imagination to see what else they know about this process, because they study it every day. They're in the middle of it every day. They can give you tips better than me or Misty or anybody else we know can, because it happens locally. And you're talking to local people who work on problems like yours. So they know other people did it, and how they did it and everything. That's what it is. It's building your knowledge about what's available where you live. So it's little. Do you think it's possible to get money to move into? For yes, I certainly do. I think it's real possible, Charlene. Yes, and you go over to unlock your goals. Okay, uh, unlock your goals. You go and unlock your goals and see the one for buying a home, and all the sources there for people don't have a lot of money to buy a home. Okay, so you want to again call as many as there. Wayne, yep. Uh, there are other ways. You have to make appointments with people who help you get those jobs. And one way to do that is the government will train you to a skill, so you become more marketable in the clinics, because a lot of jobs that are in demand, they need people badly, to fill these jobs. And what the government does is train you in the skills that they need, so you have the skills. And so they don't mind taking an old fart, because they got to have somebody, and you know how to do it. So they don't have much options. And that's for you. How do you find that? You start with uh, careeronestop.org, and you call them, make an appointment, and ask about job training. Okay, and that's important. And then you go to findhelp.org, and you put in your zip code, and you'll find literally hundreds of job training programs there for free too. And but it takes work. It takes follow up on the phone and finding these organizations that do this for free. Also, Wayne, what you may want to do is the gig economy. You could make extra money at home without any skills. I mean, it's crazy little stuff that people pay you for. I mean, this is a way you can make a decent living doing that. A lot of people do. If you go to this website, I'll give you, let me make sure I have it right. Indeed.com. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, try this. You want to go fishing here? Go to Indeed.com. And then search under, put in gigs. That means short term, out of office, or work at home. And if you're worried about the contractual relations or anything like that, you could get free consulting help and legal help if you're worried about it. But these are pretty safe. I mean, this is pretty well developed now. There are not a lot of scammers. Just don't go to anybody that's going to charge you money for anything. No. The real ones get you a job, and if they make money, they get it from the people trying to hire people, not from you. Also try looking at remote work, since I don't have a vehicle. That's, yeah, no, here. Go to Indeed.com, and if you need technical help for anything, oh, Go to this. This is a free service. Every county has it, and they'll sit down with you, and you're worried about getting paid with them, or you want to have somebody look over uh, which of these objects sails on the water. Uh, uh, TikTok is fun to see if I'm a human. They said, which of these objects, I can't even see the damn thing, has a brim. God darn it. Well, I think I'm gonna. Anyway, okay, so America's SPDC, make an appointment with them if you're worried about any technical stuff. But through the gigs and through Indeed, they pay you. And you could look up there too. They have reviews of the people in there too. So that's Diane, the SBA requests a free biz mentor, right? That local assistance, Misty, that wasn't working. Yeah, that was so bad. I'm going to see if it is. They say it's down for a while. Let's see if yeah, it says local assistance tool is not available currently. Now, I don't know if that's a Doge thing or whatever. uh, so that's right. AmericasSBDC.org is a good one to start. Or you could get a good one if you do, uh, you put this in AI, you can get a good list. Um, uh, Give me a list of 50 government offices and non-profit organizations that, that help people in Pennsylvania start a business, include websites. Yeah. Now, I use ChatGPT, but and that's free. And the lower level, that's good. But any of them would help. That's another way to get a list, and you'll get a good list. I mean, that's really good stuff. Um, okay. Oh boy, that's been an hour. An hour of power. Well, I hope we were able to help somebody. And everybody thank Misty. And who else did we have today? Um, Joey. Joey. Misty. Thank you, Misty, for hanging around and helping me. That's very helpful. Thank you. I will see you all soon. I plan to be alive for at least another 10 years. And then after that, I'm going to come back and haunt the hell out of you. Okay. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for being kind to everybody. Wayne, I hope we get help you going there. Uh, uh, Keep popping up here and other places that we could give you more personal help. But Misty, we ought to get Wayne that what we have on the Let's Go Meta Grant, or we have something for getting a job. But I think, particularly age, I think to get an edge, it's really get a skill that's out there, and talk to people who are in the business, because our own world is too small to see the opportunities. That's why you have to get other people who are trying to solve that problem for other people that they already went through, and trying to find opportunities like that and to build on their knowledge. I think that's the only way. What we believe is probably wrong. The older I get, the more I know that is true. Have a great grant day, everyone. I will tag you in the question space. Okay. Thank you, lovely people.